The thing about super teams now, there's something missing with a lot of these super teams that have been created in the last 10 years, right? Some of them do work out, some of them don't. The ones that do work out, they have one thing in common, other than being a super team, but they have one thing that helps this team grow, helps this team prosper. And for some reason, before I go on with this, how the hell did Kevin Durant and LeBron James make it to an all NBA team? I'm sure there was two other players that could have been more deserving of the spots. I think LeBron made it to the third team, and Kevin Durant made it to the second team. If I right, somebody correct me. I don't know. I know some of these players have things in their contracts if they don't make it to a certain all NBA team and they don't get certain money, I guess, whatever. But anyways, I was wondering about this. How in the hell did Kevin Durant and LeBron James make it to all NBA team? That's crazy. Gotta do anything for the king, I guess. But speaking of these two, there's something missing with these two, with their supposedly super teams. You look back at, let's say, the Miami Heat when they had their super team. See, the Miami Heat had a culture around them, and that's Heat culture. Hard work, determination, blue-collar-like mentality, despite being in a posh, white-collar-like city like Miami. And it worked for them. They went to, 4 NBA Finals, winning 2 out of 4 NBA Finals, and then found themselves back in the NBA Finals in 2020, and then again in 3 years later in 2023. And you think about the teams of 2020, 2023, there was nowhere close to being a super team like the teams of the early 2000s. It's because they had a culture. Everybody bought into that culture. You can say the same thing with the Golden State Warriors. They had a culture around them. Strength in numbers, I guess. That's the motto they had during that time. And like I said, they really never needed Kevin Durant. They didn't need him at all. They was just as good with him without him. They still won the championship without him 2 years ago. But they had a culture in there, and Kevin Durant had to buy into that culture for a certain time before Draymond Green ran his ass out of Oakland. I can't say San Francisco because it wasn't there yet. San Antonio Spurs. All those teams had a culture. San Antonio Spurs were, you call them close-knit? Maybe the earlier teams were close-knit. They was close-knit. They had a whole bunch of dudes that were divas on that team. Tim Duncan, you didn't hear a peep out of him. Manu Ginobili, you didn't hear a peep out of him. Tony Parker was probably the only person you heard a peep from because who he was dating at the time and who he's married to at the time. But they had a culture surrounding them under Pop. No nonsense. Even some of the lesser teams like Denver, you can sense they have a culture around them. Even the Milwaukee Bucks have a culture kind of similar to the Spurs to a point. I don't know about no nonsense anymore, but everyone on that team when they won weren't diva-like. Even Giannis at the time wasn't diva-like. Everybody was, they seemed like regular folk. There was no drama behind anybody on that team. Jrue Holiday seemed like a chill dude. Chris Middleton, even Giannis. Everybody seemed like they was chill on that team. And they had a culture on that team. Even some of these newer teams have cultures. And that's something that the Phoenix Suns, even the Brooklyn Nets super team, and this current Los Angeles Lakers team, they don't have a culture. That culture for the Lakers was destroyed when LeBron went on there and demanded all of these demands and got all these players. See, the Lakers always had a culture, that Showtime culture. And it was almost a blue-collar-like culture. Yeah, there was some extravagantness. Is that the word I want to say? There was some celebrityness, some major celebrity diva, somewhat divaness with their 80s Lakers. But they all bought in. They all bought in to what they had to do. and they played as a team, and it went down as a team. Went as a team, went down as a team. And that lasted all the way up until LeBron got there. Even when Kobe was there, they still had it, despite some of the troubles they had in the early 2000s with Shaq and Kobe. But still, they still had it. That's destroyed now. You can even say the Chicago Bulls, when Jordan was there, had a culture. Everybody had to buy in. They knew who the boss was. They knew who the best player was. And the best player took accountability when things were bad or didn't go well. There wasn't this, I'm going to blame the replay center. I'm going to blame the ref. I'm going to blame the guy in the stands eating his popcorn watching me. I'm going to blame that guy for the reason why we lost. It wasn't like that when Jordan ran the Bulls. That's the difference between him and LeBron. Jordan said, don't blame Pippen. Don't blame anybody else. This one is on me. Sort of like what Anthony Edwards said a couple weeks ago when he was playing the Denver Nuggets. See, in order to be, going back to what originally said, in order to be successful, not just in the NBA, NFL, MLB, but I'm named NFL, NBA, you have to have some type of discipline, some type of culture, some type of almost close-knit family type environment in order to win. There can't be all this individuality going on. And that's why the Phoenix Suns or any team that Kevin Durant creates, they always falter. When he was on the Brooklyn Nets, it was always this chaos. This chaos. He had despite me taking up for Kyrie, he had things going on with Kyrie. Things going on with James Harden. This and that. Now when Kevin Durant went to Phoenix, there's no close-knitness there. Everybody about themselves. Devin Booker won't be a front runner and flashy. Kevin Durant, whatever happened there at this point. And I don't need to say any more about the Lakers. You already know what's going on with the Lakers. See, and this is the reason why those two guys, whatever team they create, will always fail. But anyways, the youngest probably won't get it. Tell me what you guys think.